were in early 2020 when I made that simps video. What on earth is a simp? Trying to urge young men against pursuing such a vacuous, destructive habit. Yeah, took a big fat L on that one, didn't I? For the simps are now legion, and they are many. Welcome to the Simpocalypse. OnlyFans majority owner Leonid Radvinsky, a shadowy pornographer about whom virtually nothing is known and the media barely tries to find out, made $500 million from OnlyFans in the space of just 18 months. The company's profits have soared from $61 million in 2020 to $433 million last year. Their user base has metastasized to 220 million, most of them men, with 2021 seeing a 128% increase. Get this, simps spent $4.8 billion on OnlyFans last year alone. Lockdown handed them an army of new users, and now the cost of living crisis will hand them an army of new creators. Whenever society catches a metaphorical disease, OnlyFans is the first parasite on the scene, quick as a flash, to make it all immeasurably worse. Andrew Tate gets vilified and banned for supposed misogyny. He's apparently this massive, dangerous threat to young men. Yet we've completely lost an entire generation of young men to simpery and OnlyFans. Tate's the devil incarnate for offering courses teaching young men how not to be dysfunctional, emotionally crippled losers. Yet courses teaching young women how to be OnlyFans camgirls, rapaciously feeding off the corpse of masculinity. Oh, that's just fine.
Whether you're just starting out on OnlyFans or in the process of creating one, this program is for you.
I give you all the secret tips and tricks other creators don't want you to know.
Yeah, OnlyFans might literally be shrinking young men's brains, but Andrew Tate said something offensive. OnlyFans founder Radvinsky ran websites in the 90s and 2000s, providing hacked passwords to porn sites, featuring underage performers and bestiality. Countless under 18s are selling explicit videos on OnlyFans.
There are children as young as 14 years of age that are then seeing the opportunity to generate income.
Children are getting OnlyFans user accounts approved after using their grandmother's passport.
Police say one 14-year-old used her grandmother's passport to sell explicit images.
Nonces are then trying to meet up with them in real life.
These are the types of comments she received while promoting her OnlyFans account on Twitter. Some request more graphic content and ask if she'll meet up.
Missing children are even appearing in explicit OnlyFans videos.
Childline says children have anonymously contacted their counselling service and talked about their experiences on the site. Some reported separately being victims of historic sexual abuse.
We saw a dozen or so children that were also linked with content on OnlyFans.
It's becoming increasingly clear that OnlyFans is being used by children. Children on occasions are being blackmailed and exploited. The company are not doing enough to put in place the safeguards that prevent children exploiting the opportunity to generate money, but also for children to be exploited.
All of this gets a pass from the dominant culture. No action is taken. No one cares. Yeah, it's Andrew Tate who's the real problem. Yeah, he's the one who must be stopped. But OnlyFans changed their colours to the Ukrainian flag. They posted the black square in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. I mean, yeah, they may be facilitating the trafficking and sexual abuse of children. They may be utterly destroying normal, healthy human relationships. That's where your $5 billion beta bucks went. But isn't it more important that they support the message? Andrew Tate didn't put a Ukraine flag in his bio. Let's take a quick pause there so I can show you the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by Kamikoto Japanese steel knives. Look at that beauty. Used by Michelin star chefs around the world, the knives are made with super high quality Japanese steel, using traditional techniques that date back over 800 years. This is the crappy knife I was using before, and this is the Kamikoto Japanese steel knife. Look at that, like a hot knife through butter. Faced with the Kamikoto, that carrot didn't stand a chance. That single bevel edge means Kamikoto knives can achieve an unbelievably sharp edge you just can't get with other knives. Kamikoto is truly the edgelord of the knife world. Wouldn't want to mess with that, would you? Each knife is individually inspected and comes with a lifetime guarantee. The knives come in this lavish heavy-duty ash wood box, so they make a great gift too. Each Kamikoto knife goes through a rigorous 19-step process, and you can tell just by looking at them that they're top quality. Go to kamikoto.com/PJW50 and get this, if you use use discount code PJW50, they'll give you an extra $50 discount on any purchase. That's massive. The best way you can support me is by supporting my sponsor. So click the link in the description for kamikoto.com/PJW50. Now back to the video. This is psychological warfare, and the consequences are dreadful for both men and women. In the real world, young men are terrified of even approaching women.
Hello.
Firstly, because weaponized social engineering has rendered their very existence a shameful expression of toxic masculinity. And secondly, because they dread getting me too'd. So instead of pursuing actual, genuine, healthy relationships, they're huddled in their basement, spaffing money away, wanking over OF screen slags. Objectifying women, treating them as sex objects, is the worst thing in the world. Except if you're paying some giant, filthy, secretive corporation $9.99 a month to do so online, then it's fine. I mean, look at the disconnect between IRL and OnlyFans. You're free to pursue every sordid fetish under the sun online, but then the singer of Arcade Fire gets completely cancelled over consensual sexual relationships with adult females. Apparently, because he's famous, there was a, quote, unbalanced power dynamic, and now he's guilty of sexual misconduct. Now his entire reputation and career is tarnished forever. So now men can be framed as sexual deviants and have their careers ruined because an ex-girlfriend is bitter about the relationship ending. Yeah, pretty low bar that, isn't it?
Hi, how are you?
I'm being harassed. This is harassment.
Meanwhile, no doubt driven by the rise of sites like OnlyFans, the shocking results of a new poll reveal that in some areas of America, up to 41% of Gen Z members want to become social media influencers. That's what the dominant culture indoctrinates them with, so it's no surprise that in huge numbers, that's what they want to be.
Some of the girls have thousands of followers on Instagram. They must be raking it in. I want to be just like them.
But wait, I thought we wanted to empower young women to aspire to be scientists, business mavericks and political leaders, not vacuous dancing marionettes flogging handbags and makeup, not airheaded e-girls putting their genitals on display for slobbering simps. Photos which, by the way, then get leaked to every perv with an internet connection. How empowering! Oh yeah, but I forgot, Andrew Tate's the real problem. He's the one that we're supposed to moral panic about. Thankfully, only around 5% of American parents are encouraging their kids to become social media influencers. But really, what chance do they stand when Gen Z is glued to screens all day that glorify the OnlyFans lifestyle? A lifestyle that normalizes pornography addiction for women too. 1/3 of Pornhub users are now women, and it's messing them up big time. Sexual health services are being overwhelmed with young women suffering intimacy problems, pain during sex and plummeting libidos, all linked to a sharp rise in watching pornography online. Therapists warn increasing numbers of young women watching porn are becoming fearful of actual sex. Top gynecologist Dr. Layla Frodsham says she's overwhelmed with young women suffering from these disorders, and that demand for her services has doubled every year since 2013. I'm an OnlyFans model and being on the site has ruined my dating life. A British OnlyFans model claims that being on the site has ruined her dating life as men presume she is easy. Oh gee, I wonder why. So in men it causes depression, erectile dysfunction, and literally shrinks their brains. And in women it causes sexual disorders, chronic anxiety, and intimacy issues. It's wrecking genuine relationships for both men and women across the Western world. It's a literal conduit for CP and sexual exploitation of kids. Yet our culture still venerates and glorifies it, while sick predators and vulgar amoral opportunists rake in multi-millions via platforms like OnlyFans. But yeah, tell me again about how Andrew Tate is the real villain. Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.